Yo kids, another weekly dose is in the house. What up? Sorry, we just been practicing here. We didn't have music in the intro for a reason, because we've been practicing our new track. We wrote our theme song, Ian Taper 421. That's but we decided it's not ready yet. But you know we're getting deeper into the music, exploring our own music and other side projects of different bands around here. We just had our first gig this past weekend, and we're gonna go in depth about what happened. You know, it's ups and downs. It's in this show of life that we're on. Sometimes you get a curveball, and sometimes you get the straight ball, but you gotta be prepared for all balls. You know what I'm saying? Even super balls. So we just had our first gig. We're down in Albany, New York. Had a few bands. The bands were into it, ironically enough. What we were about, you know, streaming and dreaming. But unfortunately, the powers that be were trying to hold us down. But you'll see what happens shortly. Anyway, you know how it is. Tonight we're going through Bonnaroo. We're going consecutively as we approach this, as we pray for this New Year's run to happen. That's all they gave us. No Fall Tour. You know how it is. We're going through the summer tour one by one. Last week was Worcester, and we're going venue by venue. So now we're at Bonnaroo this week. We're going to be covering that. What it was like. I was with Taper during Bonnaroo. We'll tell you all about it, okay? Other thing that we're going to be getting into is we've been doing a lot of testing on the equipment, and we got a report back. We have a technical report brought to you by Taper 420. Now I'm going to be going through what he's been doing just because you guys want to know, all right? But we're going to lead off this week with a little video from the weekend of us with one of the bands down there at this gig we were doing, Streaming and Dreaming. This is the McLovins. I got the exclusive McLovins interview before they went on, so we want to show you what went down in Albany this weekend. We're going to also talk about the music, but I think you'll gain a lot from this clip about how it went down. Yo kids, what's up? Jason Wigman here. I'm in Albany, New York at the Red Square. We came to see the McLovins, but there's been a bag of surprises that we've encountered. We're streaming this band called Flux Capacitor, and we brought the Flux Capacitor. So kids that are tuning in, you know this is legit. I think I might have the McLovins on deck for a quick interview, pre-show interview before they take the stage. I've been doing my research, and these guys seem like they're legit, so Taper was even excited to be checking it out. Again, we're here, Red Square, Albany. It's September 29, 2012. We're checking out the McLovin. The McLovin. Sorry, that bus was really distracting. This is a tough story, this is a tough scoop. So, kids, you know, you'll see this on the weekly dose, but I just gotta say we got kind of screwed on this deal. I have to report this place was not streamer friendly. Streamers and dreamers need not apply. Early in the week, you know, I did my due diligence, kids. Earlier in the week, I called up. I said, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing. This is my name, my real name. This is my contact number. This is what's going on." Also emailed through the booking, through their website. You know, no response. Figured, okay, we're small potatoes. We're good to go. We get in here, we're setting up. Taper's climbing on the rafters, getting this amazing shot. And then, they canceled the show, bitches. We're having to do it all rogue in there, which we don't want to do, guys. We want to be above board. So if you're a streamer-friendly venue, get in touch with the boys at the show of life. So maybe we got the McLovins on deck. See, when they're interfacing with the fans, you don't want to really disturb them. You know, they're building their credibility. They're building these bonding relationships. I want to interview Jules Rules also, because she's been a big McLovins fan and I didn't even know. What's up? Yeah, let's do it, guys.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's happening?
I'm doing great. You know, just hanging out here at Red Square.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, things got a little ruined for your plans here, right?
Yeah, we did. We got squashed, but we're so rock and roll. We're just rolling with the punches, you know, doing what we can. You know, we appreciate you guys coming on.
Appreciate you.
Calling in the other day.
Dude, love calling on the phone.
We'll do this more.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we're totally into it. Yeah, we'll go on tour with you guys if we have to. We've done it before. Where to? What? Mostly with Fish, the Fish from Vermont. But we try to hit up all area shows. We have an upcoming show. Yeah.
That band, Gerald Garcia plays guitar in that band.
I think one of them.
I always get it confused.
Hey, did you hear that Viola Lee Blues sound check?
Yeah, that was incredible. They're bringing it back. Like it's like I mean.
Are they gonna play it?
They are gonna play it. The channeling some's like 66 Dead. That's incredible. It's gonna come out great.
Nice. I was impressed. I was glad I was there for the sound check scene. So all right, where are you guys going next as far as speaking of tours?
Hey,
Sure yet.
yeah, we don't know tour yet. But I mean, tomorrow we're in Avon at a private party. Yeah.
But nothing's planned as far as tour yet. That's more of a next summer we're all in school.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Same school?
Yeah.
Well, we're playing Toad's Place down in Connecticut with Max Creek.
Wow, well-known venue. Yes, I know Max Creek.
Toad's Place.
Wow.
We played there a few months ago, like actually last winter with them. It went really well. So November 2nd, right? November 2nd? Yeah. Toad's Place.
In Connecticut? Could we do that? You could sleep over my house, taper.
Whoa.
Sleepover party.
Yeah. Slumber party with the McLaughlins.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the 3rd we'll go to the boat cruise. We're doing a boat cruise in New York City.
Cool.
November 3rd with Natalie Cressman. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's pretty happening, jazz musician down in New York. So anyway, I'd love to go check out the Toad's Place.
Definitely, man.
Maybe we could get a video stream out.
Yeah.
We're playing a lot more shows between now and Toad's Place, so just go to our website,
We couldn't name them.
themclovens.com.
We couldn't tell them all.
We'll see
right
about
now.
8 or so shows.
Are you all out of Hartford, or where are you at, guys? Are you?
We're all based in Hartford right now.
How far is that from New Haven?
It's like an hour 15 drive.
All right, so you're about 2 hours, because I live in Connecticut, so I was all stoked.
Yeah.
Danbury, New Milford.
Yeah, that's not too far.
Would you talk to Mr. Shanahan?
I just did a lot of research.
Wow, I did a lot of research. So you guys played here almost a year ago. When was the last time you played here?
We played in this spot at Red Square,
December?
last
year?
February, but we played at Valentine's. We were in Albany like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Right on.
We like to play in Albany, like regular place to play.
We like Greg Bell.
Yeah, he's a promoter for us.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
Shout out to Greg Bell.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
He brings the music to this area, so
Right
does
on.
a lot for the community.
Sweet. Tell them to look out for the Show of Life.
Oh
kids.
yeah. Oh yeah.
People are getting to know us. I think I creeped out your tour manager, bro. Scoop.
No.
That's a scoop. I try not to ask too hard-hitting questions, but that's one topic I want to cover. Do you think I'll ever get the back in with her?
Yeah. No.
Oh no! Wow, it's a make or break career.
All right, you got it with us.
All right, cool.
Let us know before you come into Toads, and if you guys are feeling it, we'll get you on the list and what have you.
Yeah, could we do that? We would do that. Could we do that back-to-back taper?
Let's start asking them now.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. I did
A
call.
little bit earlier.
I know, but
But
we'll
I know
get
it
us
should
in
be-
on with this.
Yes.
We'll make it official.
Okay. They're like, who is this rogue reporter calling up, leaving messages at the Red Square?
Known. Like they wouldn't even know.
Right. I know. That
the
was. See, kids, important knowledge lesson is to
Don't tell them.
Just do
exactly.
it. Nike.
Just
do it.
Just
you
do
know?
it first.
Don't even tell anybody. Just do it.
Don't ask.
Nike.
No one will know.
No, what I learned is it's that you have to don't ask permission, beg forgiveness.
Yeah.
That was the motto. I should have applied it.
My dad
here.
agreed with you. You talked to my dad about that.
So, we're gonna be at Toad's Place. Hopefully, taper. Can we do that? No.
Come on, Tabor.
We'll tape. We got this.
And wait a second, as in terms of like new material and stuff, I've been checking out your YouTube videos. That's a good place to find out what you guys are up to. Up to the minute. Weekly videos?
Yeah, we're working on that. I mean, some months it might get busy, like when we're
You
writing
got
stuff,
school.
but
School's first,
we
kids.
do,
A
and
lot of
we're
knowledge.
trying to write more stuff. So
I mean, if we stop posting on YouTube, you can always go to archives.org
Yeah.
and look at the McLovins, find all of our shows.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
mostly all of them.
Constantly music, we're putting it out.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter. We post some funny stuff.
Yeah.
At McLovins.
Underscore McLovin.
Oh,
Somebody owns.
I was tweeting at the wrong people tonight. Oh no.
All right. Here, we need to just get this like out of the water. What
do it.
happened to our Twitter? I'll let Jason describe it.
Twitter in the shitter.
Well, what happened was somebody made it for us, a McLovin's one. Good guy, but he apparently forgot the password to it, so it hasn't been updated in like 2.5 years. And we have more followers on that than our actual Twitter. So it's the _ McLovins is the correct one. We gotta get one of those check marks that says it's like.
Yeah,
it costs like $10,000, but
Official.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Just wait for that.
Yeah.
No, just keep making music.
Yeah.
I have to say, I did my research and I was on that archives.org.
Yeah.
I was listening to some stuff. Yeah, I was
This
having
show will
fun
be
with
up.
it.
This show will be up. So.
Sick. We're gonna have a copy of Taper 420
Yeah.
edition.
Oh, okay.
He said he was gonna submit it. Yeah.
the good stuff.
The more tapers we can get, the more people, people will think we're coming to our shows.
Yeah.
Sure. I had no idea you had a taping policy. Where did that come about? I mean, seriously. Sure. Like, what made you decide that though?
That's up to these guys.
Yeah. I mean, my dad he just one day decided he wanted to start recording our shows because he was, driving me to all our shows when I was like 15, 16. So he just said, you know what, I'm going to make a hobby of recording shows. And he started doing it. And he encourages anybody to come out and record with him. And I think
we
that's the
met
best. I don't think there's any reason not to share the music for free. So, yeah.
Sure, that's what we want to do with the streams.
Exactly.
Not every night, we got other stuff to do, but go out there, see what's going on, find out about music, bring it to the people at home. That's the goal.
Does it sound like they're done? They're not. They're already done. They're done.
So we
10:50.
should
I think we have to load on. I'm sorry.
Load on, my friends.
I think they're done.
It sounds like it. I hear the house music.
I thought it was house music last time I went in there and they were playing.
They're not on the stage.
Can we get a confirmation? When they put their instruments down.
Because it's almost
Yeah,
time.
no,
I
good.
apologize.
More interview. Atticus, right?
Atticus.
Good to meet you.
Jason.
Jason, Doctor.
Yeah, he's gone.
Jake.
But thank you. We appreciate this.
Any last quotes? They're still playing,
It
see?
sounds like house music.
Well, see,
I'm
they're
sorry.
still playing, so we'll stick around.
Oh, good. Look at this. The inner interview.
This is awkward,
That-
to say the least.
No, stick around. This is what we do live all the time. It's like
I think it's a good thing for people to know that bands who working bands, we're pretty much professional waiters. We wait around
Yeah.
until we play, and we play for an hour or 2 hours, and then we wait.
You wait, and then you drive home. It's wait, drive, some playing, a lot of eating.
Maybe money.
Maybe money is involved. Probably not by the end of the night.
right?
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like our show.
But you do it because you love it. And one day something great's going to come out of it. So,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you know what?
Yeah.
McChicken prices don't go up.
Yeah, they never
Never.
do. They never do.
That's a sweet shirt.
Thanks, man. I made it.
Really?
Yeah, check it out. It's a backwards down the number line. What? Pi?
Letter high, yeah.
Yeah.
pi.
It is. Yeah, it's a representation of pi.
Oh,
Yeah.
high.
Oh, what's
The Hebrew
that?
letter.
What is that?
Hebrew letter?
Right?
Yeah, it means.
Does that have a meaning?
Yeah, it means like hello, peace, or something.
Huh.
But yeah,
Right on, kids.
say it
More
one more time
knowledge.
so they can-
Yeah. What is it?
hello, peace, or something.
No, the actual word.
Yeah.
Hi, hi.
Hi. Hi.
Right
love.
on.
Go with the
Interesting.
hi. Yeah,
I'm gonna do some research on that Monday show. Talk about symbols.
Getting
We'll do a
high.
thing on symbols.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
He does. I've seen it. Yeah.
Interesting, kids.
We should
Go
Probably
get load
should,
on.
like,
Load on.
mosey on over, but
Any
again,
special like secret any tracks you've been working on? You guys are gonna drop tonight.
Some folks' conversations
that one.
don't shed much light on me.
The sound of one man singing.
Yeah, go for it.
yeah, you'll hear it. It's
I've heard that song. Wait, that's
Samson.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we do
Cut
have
out of your magazines. What's the rest of the
Yeah,
lyrics?
Cut out from your magazine.
Yeah, dude, I like that track. Yeah, sick.
It's sort of like it's vaguely biblical in nature if you listen to it, but most of it is just a commentary on like personal struggle and your own beliefs.
I really
We could get with this.
yeah.
I call them the trials and tribs.
Trial and trip.
I really want everyone to sing the "I'll find my way, I'll find my street." Like, if they don't sing anything else, if they sing that one, I'd be pretty
Yeah.
happy.
Okay.
That's my favorite line.
All right.
Nice. That's the inside knowledge that we're trying to report on.
And you get it.
Someone else wouldn't have gotten that out of
No.
you guys, I don't think.
We would have just left
have
by
the hair.
now. They don't have the hair, the sunglasses, or the personality that you
No.
have, my friend.
And I do tell your manager, you know, we're cool. We're gonna have
I
coffee
know,
or
yeah,
tea
I
sometime.
know. She's probably just kidding. She's.
Oh, good.
she's
Then
a
she had me.
sassy
The
woman,
joke was
yeah.
on me. All right. She told me I gotta tell you the truth. What do you got? What's this thing going? She's like, you're creeping me out. You're creeping me out with
She
the
does
wig.
that. No, don't worry about it.
I was like, I know you got to protect these kids, but I'm on their side too. I want to help out because I feel the vibe. That's what it's here for. It's to diffuse.
It's a charm.
I feel diffused.
Yeah, like to diffuse any sort of
we're in
tension,
tune,
not
man.
create it. All right, well, I'm psyched tonight. I have a question for you, actually. How is it playing the guitar and the keyboard?
It is a delicate balance because it's hard to maintain a consistent texture. That's kind of why it's there. You know, because if you notice, Instrumentation of the Dead, they got 2 drummers, 2 guitar players, and keyboards, so every register is filled up. With us, we got 2 guitars. We're playing the same register most of the time, and sometimes it bottoms out. So my deal is to try to find a balance and like make sure that there's a texture going on no matter what. And sometimes, like if you'll notice, and most people won't, I'll be holding a chord with with my foot with the sustain pedal, and I'll have to get up on one foot while holding that chord, stomp a pedal, and then get to the right keyboard setting, get my guitar on. It's really like actually more intricate than people are noticing. But it's it's worth it because a lot of times what it needs is that low
house
end,
music.
that keys. You know, does that answer the question?
Yeah, no, that was great. That was great, and you enacted it. So I can't wait to watch that.
You'll see it soon. We
Cool.
we
All right.
do unfortunately have to go
Cutouts
now.
from your magazine.
Yeah.
It's not house music.
It is.
It is.
All right, later. Thanks, guys.
House music. All right.
All right. Yo, it's Jason Wigman here with The Show of Life. We're just wrapping up. We're about to go check out the McLovins perform live for us. Maybe we'll hear Samson, my new favorite track. All right? All right, good night. Cutouts from your magazine. Yeah, I tried to get it in there before Taper could get the headset on.
You're gonna rock out. You told me to leave it on.
No, I did. I tell Taper to leave it on, and now look at me. I didn't realize he was gonna really leave it on. I got caught off guard. But it was cool. I sang a little bit of the McLovins lyrics, you know. We had a good time, all in all. So here's the scoop, though. Here's the deal. A couple things. I need to pump the brakes, I feel like. We're, you know, the rails are heating up the track. You know, we might get derailed here and be stealing time from the faulty plan. Just kidding. No, last week we've been having a lot of good weeks. This week in studio it's just Taper and myself, and it was a little bit more hectic getting things set up than we usually have. So I just want to give a shout out to all the kids that have been helping out back here behind the scenes. Diva D, the whole crew. You know who you is. And New York Ragers, thank you for your help and assistance, all the kids out there. And we got to see Jules this weekend. Jules, what up? We had a good time hanging out with Jules. You see, the whole point of that mission was test run, test run, test run. That's the mode we're in right now as we step it up and take it to the next level, the whole show. And we're glad you guys are here with us. We want you to see the transformation, the elevation, what's going down, the aeration, right, Taper? Taper went down the city. Jules came in just for an exclusive test run of this boat gig, this Natalie Cressman and the Secret Garden boat gig that we're going to be streaming. We got a lot of news about that, but you know, we're not going to reveal all our cards just yet. But they came in, did the test run. It was a smashing success. I was tuning in from home. I was the viewer. I was playing the role of the viewer, right? There I was, aboard my couch. And then we had ignition. I got the text coming through. We're going live. I tuned in. It said off air, and I was waiting on pins and needles as slowly, ever so slowly.
That's not live, man.
Oh, I was balancing things in my head.
This side is live. This is preview.
We got a whole rig. You see, Taper and I, we're jamming. We're jamming right now. We be jamming. This time I was on the other side, you know, watching the stream. It was A+. I got to watch New York City tourists getting a tour around, you know, around Lower Manhattan. The views were sick. You guys are going to be psyched. We got full abilities now, 720p coming through to you guys. And I have to thank another person, and I don't want to blow him up too much because he's my friend's dad, friends of ours dad, Mr. Clifton, always been supportive of our wacky shenanigans along the way. And he saw last week's episode and he's like, I'm feeling it. He's like, but you guys need help. You need direction. You're just out there going crazy. You need to tighten it up a bit. And he was a little concerned about all the cursing and cussing and hollering I was doing. But once I explained to him the Billy Joe Green Day thing that went down, just how I was taking it up to the next level, because that's what I'm about, he kind of got it, but he still said, look, I want to help you guys out, but you need to be polished up around the edges. And I was like, yo, man, that's never going to be happening, bro. We're going to do it all way the whole time. Taper's getting loud. Echoes. So anyway, thanks to him, we got this. We got the software upgrade that we needed, that we lost in one of the greater Wilsonian sagas of our time within the show. But now we have the software thanks to him, and we're going to be, I think, in much better hands, right? So, the McLovins, guys, there's so much background on this band that we went to see. But the story, it spiraled out from there beyond just the McLovins, because there was 2 other bands there, and we didn't really know what the deal is. But coincidentally enough, what did we bring? We brought the flux capacitor. And it was like linking up with the other transmission station when we saw these guys. We found out they were brothers. They were all brothers. I was hanging out with the head outside the venue, feeling like, news team, getting the scoop. I'm like, hey, what's up? Looks like you guys are on the road. Their vehicle, nice, conversion van. Had the McLovins, the flux capacitor graphics on the sides. I'm so programmed and branded with McLovins branding, they were like brainwashing me in the back room. But, so I started talking to the kid, found out they were all brothers, they're from PA, they're just doing their thing. And we were like, look, man, we knew we brought it for a reason, the flux capacitor. So, needless to say, a short time later, Taper and the kid they're in the vehicle, we have the flux. It was like we had the answer, that they needed. We traded a lot of info, and that's when we got this thing, which Taper's been messing with and programming. And I'm supposed to not touch it, but it's, I don't know, it's going to be powerful. They gave us a lot of tips on how to utilize the flux to its ultimate capacity. So they're out there raging. Flux capacitor, they put on a good set. In the video, that's what I was talking about. The Viola Lee Blues, they sound checked it. They didn't play it, but, it was cool. It was cool to hear. I felt like I was really behind the scenes. I was getting the scoop for you guys. And you guys would have seen that if we didn't get shut down. And what I want to know is, why? Is it fear of ticket sales? Because you're living in a finite audience, when you're a venue in Albany, New York, and you're trying to get it going on and be the hip spot. Not everyone's going to come there. You have a finite audience. Albany and the surrounding areas. What do we travel, Taper? How far? 2.5 hours. So you got a radius there. So it can't be fear of sales, is it? I don't know. What would cause the man to come shut us down, huh? I don't know. We're going to get to the bottom of that. But that brings me to my next point, is that streamer-friendly venues, we need to find them. We need to find bands. We want to meet these bands. We found out about this other band, Consider the Source, okay? And at first, I wanted to pack it in. I was like, Taper, come on, we're out of here. McLovins were done. I was feeling lazy. Next thing you know, this guy steps up on stage with a double neck guitar, right? Bassist, and a drummer, okay? And that's what I was faced with. And they unleashed the horrid fury upon us that I was not prepared for what went down in there, okay? That was the extent of it. The guy from the get-go, this band, Consider the Source, they're just not even coming in on a friendly rainbow. Although it was all rainbows the whole time, it was they came in your face. They unleashed it. There's no metering. There's no controlled dosage. It was full on. Maybe that's why the name Consider the Source. I don't know. I haven't contemplated that deeper since, but I was ready to go, and it was pushing me out the door, these sounds. And I didn't know this was possible, because I know, you know, Mike's dropped some bombs on me that have been life-threatening, but I felt like the best way I could describe it was a bass-gasm. Is that a real thing, Taper? Or am I just making it up? I had a bass-gasm at one point when that guy, I was like, I almost left my body. But I was like, whoa, what's up?
I think Joey Arkenstadt has been known to give a bass-gasm now and again.
Aha, see kids? A lot of knowledge. Always all around us. Anyway, it was thunderous. It was, and I was trying to, because it was like hearing some strange foreign language that's just coming at you and you don't know what's going on. It was very disorienting, to say the least. Literally, during the show, some kid came right towards me. I'm sitting there. Taper and I had these nice leather couch. We had a nice setup going. We had to put the video equipment in the car, unfortunately, but you know, we were hanging. This kid comes right at me, and like, we'll kind of move out of the way, like, whoa, bro, and he kept going. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? You know, what's going on? He's like, I can't see. He's like, I can't see, bro. I was like, right on. Where are you trying to go? He's like, outside. Oh. And I was like, whoa. I had to lead this kid by the arm out of there. And I'm like, hey, man, we're in some venue in Albany. I don't know, there's 100 people here or whatever. You know, it wasn't Festival 3000, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I get that kid out of there and I'm like, oh my god, I have to go back in for some more of this Consider the Source business. And I still tried to convince Taper to leave even at that point, and he was like, no way, man. He goes, they're loving this. And I was like, all right, I gotta recognize, I gotta remember, you know, who we're here for. The kids at home, gotta stick it out. You know, the sounds going through my head. But by the end of the night, the whole place was rocking. People were rocking out. I don't know. Anyway, so that basically sums up the experience with Consider the Source. I don't know where I was going with that, but that was my experience. That's what I'm trying to convey. This is the report. You know, it just wasn't the McLovins, although that's what we went in on. You know, these other bands totally embraced us. We were almost kind of like another band. That's what I consider ourselves. You know, Taper and I were jamming. We're doing it, you know. And we met these other guys. We were there early. A lot of it was about feeling, you know, what it's like to be there, to be in a band, to have to get it done, the business side of it. We learned, even with the best of them, you know, you could call, you could email, and they'll just blow you off, and when you get there, they'll turn you away. But when they're trying to put you down, that's when you know you're onto something. So, we're going to keep it real. We got more gigs lined up. And if you're a band and, you know, you don't have to be some huge band, you know, we're just keeping it real. We want to find out what's going on. And so far, we've uncovered more than we could ever deal with, you know. How are we going to keep all these shows coming at you? We're going to have dedicated streamers like you out there to come on board. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. A lot happened in music this week, for sure. What else we got, Taper? Should we talk about? I want to. You know what I want to talk about? The Bieber thing. You guys know about Justin Bieber, okay? Here's the scene. You know, Bieber goes to Fish. There's this meeting of the minds, you know. Suddenly, what? Chris Kuroda's lined up to do some Bieber shows? Okay, alright, the plot's thickening. It's getting a little better. It's getting a little better, right? Plot is thickening. Things are stewing, slowing down, coming around. So the Bieber tour started. I think it was last night or the night before. And there he is, the man, Kuroda on lights. Okay? Now, we didn't know how intense... I mean, what I'm trying to say is we all know how intense it could be with Kuroda. But these kids, I don't think were prepared for the fury. And it took them by storm, really. So this is the story. This is the scoop. So there they are. Tour opener, the Believe tour. Talk about keeping it real. Biebs is just up there. Show starts. I don't know. Maybe it's nerves. You know. Maybe he's like, oh man, Kuroda's on the lights, man. I hope I do a good job. I want to do him wrong. You know. Comes out, maybe it's nerves, who knows? Some people even speculate maybe he had too many cocktails. Whatever it may be. Suddenly, Bieber starts throwing up all over the stage, right? Just booting and puking. We were going to pull up the video, and then we said, really? Have we stooped that low with our journalism? We're going to bring Bieber on you, actual video, take up airtime with Bieber video? No. But this is what happens. We have to report CK5. And the man, this is straight from the horse's mouth. You know, you might know Rebecca Reporter, one of our correspondents. Well, she took her friend to a fish show. Boom. Seizure. Right there. It's the lights, kids. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And she was... not happy camper. I have a friend that can't go in front of the lights either. So Kuroda, whatever you're doing, man, you're unleashing the fury. Kind of like consider the source. Right? Where are all my Biebers at? So I thought that was interesting. Oh, guys. And then, alright, to top it all off, it's Trey's birthday yesterday. Right? So we start doing the math, you know, and this is, we know that you're too lazy to do it yourself, because that's us, you know, we're like, hey, wait a minute, Zion coming in, a third appearance, what was that? You did the fake season,
third this season.
Third this season. The question's still out there, which episode did Zion first appear?
And win this awesome new
couch tour badge.
And we'll even rip the year out.
It's new. So, Trey's birthday. I know there was a lot of people out there. I don't know if the video got made even. I didn't get a chance to see it. Did that video get made? Did you see it, Taper? I know I was part of it. Well, a series of pictures people were taking in order to put together a video.
Oh, were we in it?
Happy birthday. Yeah, we had the card up to our noses or something.
Where's that video? We should be playing.
We should be playing it. Like I said, we downsized in the past week, and we pulled a huge move this weekend with our streaming gigs. So
but upsizing, we're up in 720p,
yeah,
but
720.
Downsizing, I don't know.
What were we in before that? 480p.
Before 80p, yeah.
40. See, you guys are getting twice the lines, kids, on the weekly dose, and you could quote me on that, bitches. Almost, not quite twice.
Twice the pixels.
Twice the pixels. Taper's a technical guy. You guys have no idea. This is the kind of stuff that I like to talk about on the show. He goes so deep into stuff that we were running multiple tests. That's why we're doing this, you know, over a month in advance, tests for this cruise, because we don't want it to go wrong, man. We want to be out there doing our thing, you know, bringing the vibes to the kids at home, bringing the streams, you know, without crossing the streams, bringing the streams without crossing the streams. So we're streaming and dreaming all the way there, doing the tests. And so he did mad tests. So my buddy's dad, Mr. Clifton, gotta give him much respect. He's like, all right, what do you need most critically? What's the one thing that you need most critically? What will step up your show game? You know, he's a no nonsense. He's nuts and bolts kind of guy. I was like, look, we have this long list of different software and upgrade paths, because Taper is so geeked out about it that he's got it on, you know, lock, however we need to move, right? And so he's like, all right, well, what's the one thing? I'm like, we need this software. So we're going to get this Wirecast software. It's independent, right? independent software. We could do whatever we want. We're not connected to our provider that we have now. We can move around, you know. And so we want to keep it real. And we got these upgrade paths. So we get the software. He starts testing it. Wirecast. Suddenly his computer, it's like it's on fire. The processor is burning at full tilt. There's steam blowing out of the ports. Imagine that. Just think about that for a minute. Why is that? All right, we got to look at, our Producer Pro, Ustream Producer Pro. That's what we were using before the whole thing went down, right? So he goes back to that, runs tests. I'm up there looking. There's multiple videos. 480p, 720p. Me, I'm taking notes. All right, how does this work? How does it look? How many frames per second? So we're really dialing in the show, tightening it up, And in the end, what we're running on now is we had to go with the Ustream Producer Pro. It just was the best of all the tests. It beat the rests, So I just like to say, oh, look at this. Is this it? Can we show it live?
I'm trying to download it.
Look at that. Taper's bringing up the Trey birthday video card for you.
I need your computer. This thing's...
Oh, it's right there under that chair.
Make sure
Shout out to my man. Festival man, where are you at, brother? What do we got going on, Taper?
Oh yeah, this is totally fucking the stream up. I gotta close it out.
Alright, sorry kids. We're trying to do too much processing in one unit.
Okay, back up again.
Were we down?
Yeah, we were down to like 7 frames a second trying to download that thing.
Sorry, we were trying to do double tasks. Taper was really, he was going overboard. He was getting crazy. Maybe I was building him up too much with all of his tests. I gotta simmer down. So, all in all, it was a success this weekend. That's my mic. Right on. All in all, it was a success, right, kids? But we did face some trials and tribulations. We had to go up against the man and him shutting down the stream, which kind of sucked. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It wasn't that I felt defeated. I just wanted to turn around and go home, because what were we doing here? Literally, Taper was in the rafters setting up this camera shot that was crazy. It was gonna be like, people would be like hanging from the pipes, like even flow, like just freaking out, gorilla-ing out, right in there. We had to take it all down. But in the end, what we said was, you know what? Go stealth, mics, do Taper style. We did the audio, so we came through. We could have turned around and went home, but we kept it real. So at the end, the takeaway from it all was, you just gotta keep it real and keep doing it. Even in the face of adversity, gotta keep streaming, keep the dream alive. And in the end, we met these 2 cool other bands. Especially, we might, which is the one we're gonna check out, Taper Flux. Again, we want to have the Flux capacitor on stage with the band. See what kind of magic they could create. It's pretty wild. One dude's got, a couple of them got dreads, man. They're like, what up, dread? Rasa, Alright, guys. Should we do the memes? What are we thinking about here? We got a lot of segments for you guys. We just like to roll them out. Oh, look at this.
No, wait, no.
That's not a meme. Show it real quick, though, just as a teaser. No? It's funny because it's written like a meme.
Why not? We might as well just do this right now.
Yeah, do it, man. Bust it. Watch this, guys. Bust it. Yeah, this is for our boy Ant Farms. What's up, homie? Keeping it real. The boy's got love, man. He's got love for the show. He stuck with us through thick and thin. And so we'll always be for him here, keeping it real for Ant Farms, homie. Got that graphic. Couldn't resist. Who doesn't love Obi-Wan Kenobi? Broby. But let's go into some memes. Let's see, Taper, what do you got? We got them queued up. We like to do these together. That's what our thing that we do.
Okay.
This is legendary. This is going to create a lot of controversy. Yeah.
And there we go. Supernova.
All right, here I go, guys. Going over the Taper. So this sparks. I think it runs deep. It sparks a lot of controversy. You mean they never played the same show twice ever? That's right, sweetie. They were the greatest band of all time. Now, who do you think they're talking about, though? The Dead? Fish? Who? Ben Folds 5? Who knows? We'll have to keep contemplating that while the real lot knowledge is coming through. Right now, I can feel it going through. That's right, kids. Some folks work the lot. Others own the lot. Look at that kid. If any of you know him, you know, write us up on our Facebook page if you know who this dude is. Does he have a character name? Whatever. You'll win a free badge. Just go up there and post it. Hook it up. You know who used to own the lot? Jolly J. Oh, look at that. Marsha. Look at her, dude. I'm sorry, Doug, but I have to break our date for New Year's Eve. Fish is playing at MSG, and you simply don't fit in with my stoner friends. Oh, Marsha, that's not cool. You should get him high and bring him to the show, sister. When did this come through? Wow. Kuroda, I better take it easy with the red strobes. Bieber's looking woozy. That is getting my vote for sure. Timeliness? Oh yeah, dude. Are these real memes? Fish fans throw up glow sticks. Bieber throws up dinner. I can't believe he would just... What was he thinking? Look at that. Here's one from our friends at the Sloping Companion,
It's not quite a meme, really.
No, it's a cartoon. It's a comic, actually. I think.
Throw it in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Taper's gonna read it, and I'm gonna actually call up the.
I'm not mic'd. So
Oh, okay, he's not mic'd. I'll read it.
See the screen.
I could sit, bro. Remember, guys.
Or they could read it at home.
Oh yeah, you can read it at home. Maybe I'll just let you read it in your mind. Because while he's showing this cartoon, we're gonna put a call in.
Alright, you're going live right now.
But I thought I was live on the audio, no?
Yeah, but you're going live.
Leave the strip.
Well, they're done reading it.
No, leave it up because I'm calling the creator of the strip and I just want to say what up. Let me at least get them on the phone. This is what, oh, the phone's so bad down here, I feel it's going to be shitty.
You could not complete your call.
Okay.
He's on the chat right now.
Oh, sir, call in. Dude, if you're out there, I want to give a shout out to our boy Robert Jambion out there. I just called your number, but it might be the wrong one, man. If you want to call in at 347 Chauvel, I know I hate to put the burden on you. He was kind enough to be on the other line there. Got to stay hydrated. Let me try again. I know he's watching the big game.
I think he said it was the worst game ever.
Oh, worst game ever. Perfect. Let's see. Can we do FaceTime? Damn, the signal down here is horrible. Yeah, boy. What's up, man?
Snoopy is so heady.
He's the headiest, bro. I had no idea. I saw that before I knew the news, the Bieber news. I saw the comic strip first, and then I found out about the news. So think about that.
Well, here's my thing. I made the comic strip, and I didn't even know if it was a true story or not. As I was making it, I was like, is this just some fake story that, like, some, like, pissed-off Fish fans come up with to mess with Justin Bieber again? And then I posted it, and I'm like, oh, it's an actual true story. So I took that chance, I took the plunge, and it turned out being a true story.
That's great, man. You nailed it. That was a home run for sure.
Are you with
There,
us?
Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're cutting out on me. I'm in my basement. Let me go upstairs.
Well, no, it's probably us. We're in our basement too, my friend.
There you go, I'm going upstairs. Okay, so what's going on, guys? Hey, I just want to say, I was, another thing that kind of excited me last week when you had, was it last week when you had that guy on from Burning Man?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. You guys were sitting there talking, and he was like, "Oh, my favorite meme. Is it meme or meme? I don't know. I'm
It's
36
meme.
years old. I don't know the lingo. Is it meme?
Yeah, I thought I've heard meme too, but I thought it was a meme.
I looked it up.
But it's like a meme is.
There's all these newfangled terms. I'm still not hip, but the guy goes, yeah, my favorite one was when Trey brought out the lightsaber and the guy said, I told you I was a fucking Jedi. And I'm like, oh my God, I made that one. That was so fulfilling. I felt like I had a purpose in life when he said that.
Oh, for sure, man. You know you got a purpose. That one was definitely awesome one. Definitely.
This is the thing. I have 3 kids, so I can't see as many fish shows as I can as I used to be able to. So in order for me to remain part of the community, I have to sit here on Couch Tour and make little cartoons immediately as Couch Tour shows are happening, so that I'm still dialed in. You know.
I love it, dude. I love it, man. That's great. See, because the people that are there just as it's happening, they don't have time to publish and cover it like that in these clever ways. I definitely appreciate that you do that for sure.
And then I just tag the hell out of it. See, it's this fine line you walk between spamming and advertising your shit, but whatever. People seem to be receptive to it, so I keep on doing it.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. But yeah, you
What's
can.
going on with you guys?
We're going big.
New Year's?
What's that?
Are you guys going to be at New Year's Eve covering that and all that?
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah,
What do you mean, well?
we're gonna be. I don't know. There might be some family obligations that might come in the way. That is very controversial. Look at Taper starting to bug out.
End up stranding me with the equipment. He's gonna end up stranding me with the equipment again. I'm gonna be forced,
Again? How about being stranded without equipment in Portsmouth? There I was, Beach Burger Battle, old school, covering it from my phone.
Good.
Oops, I shouldn't have held that up.
Good. I'm glad.
Look, kids, check it out. Forgot to tell you. Now, if you know what that is, you know it's the flip side of the technology, bro, because we got... Yeah, and of course I have a fish screensaver, baby. Look at that. Yeah, that's some Dolby, bitches. Alright, look, let's call him back. Yo, it's our basement for real, bro.
We cut out again.
I know, don't ever take that as a diss, because it's always the basement cell signal down here is horrible. Horrible.
Well, I am not insulted. I am not insulted, Jesus.
Alright, good. We just want to be all love. That's what we're about, man. Fighting Wilson.
Lots of love.
So
What were you saying? You were saying you might have some family obligations that'll prevent you from attending your family obligations?
yeah, right? Well, it's a tough equation to work out. I'm still working it out, though. I got my pencil out. I'm working the formula.
That's why you got to get your entire family into fish. That's the whole thing. That's the trick.
Right. Well, here's a question. I think I've seen that fish is polarizing. You'll have couples, and one will be so into fish that it's borderline fanatical, you know, and then the other person that could care less. Like I see that a lot, actually.
No, that does happen. That totally happens. It's a conundrum. It's a balance. You're lucky if you have a spouse or a partner that's into the same music as you are, because then you don't have to make excuses to go, feed your need and all that.
Right? Hey, that's an interesting segue. Speaking of conundrum, I'd just like to say, you guys should go out and check out the McLovins' first album, Conundrum. Just ironically enough, that's the name.
First album?
Yeah.
I didn't even plan that. That just came out. See, that's synchronicity that we talk about on the Sloping Companion. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you were doing the McLovins piece, I shit you not, I had it on mute. I was watching it and in the chat, but I was watching the most boring football game in America tonight, and I saw the McLovin's thing, and then through some sort of weird synchronistic turn of events, I blurt out the word conundrum, and that just happens to be the album name that they just released. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but just for a journalistic correction, it's their first album was Conundrum.
Oh, their first album.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're out and promoting. They're promoting. They're promoting. Who Knows is their latest release, and they've also worked with Tom Marshall. Did you know this?
I learned that from your show.
Yes.
2 weeks ago when you were talking about it, you mentioned that. That was the first I had ever heard of that stuff, and your show is very informative, and I heard you mention that. So yes, I did learn that 2 weeks ago when you mentioned it.
All right, that's good. Good. We're doing our job then. Sweet. They played that track, Cohesive. It's called, and
Are we cutting out again?
Oh, are you there, soldier?
I'm here. Just keeps cutting out, brother.
I need a tinfoil hat or something. You there?
I'm here.
All right.
Yep.
Well, all right. So let's talk about your stuff though, because we're good over here, informative and whatnot. But what you're got going on is pretty many levels, which I can't even get into right now because I need to do my own more research. I was watching some of your videos on Vimeo, and I was just like, "What's this sloping companion?" Just when you think you've got it figured out, there's another layer in there.
You were watching my storyboard that I created probably like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, what?
Was it
Rusty, what's the guy's name? It was a storyboard.
Migration, is that the video?
Yeah, Global Migration. Kids, get twisted. Watch this video. Yeah, I was sucked into it. And I was supposed to be doing work, and I was like, well, watch it, yeah. Yo, man.
I have, basically, I have Big Cypress to thank for the website. I took this little tiny veggie tab that had mescaline in it for Big Cypress for the big show, Y2K New Year's Eve, and that it completely altered my life. It changed me on many levels.
Me too, man. Me too. Oh, Taper's raising his hand. Yes, he's also. It was life changing. I was so glad we were with such good friends. Oh man, you can never get that one back unless you got a time machine. Don't worry, kids. Just get in line. Everyone's gonna get a ride.
You have a time machine, which if you had a Hollywood time machine, then you could probably go back to that sort of thing. Sure. But yeah, time machine. But yeah, I took this mescaline, and I think I was up for like 2 or 3 days. I don't remember. But what I do remember is laying on my back after that epic set, the next night, and
oh, you can't be serious with this, dude. We gotta work this phone system out.
Just have a call through Google Voice and use your computer.
Should we? Is a lot of changes? Guys, cut to commercial.
Can I exit out everything you're in?
I think so.
Facebook, Eastream purchase receipt. Did you want to keep that open? Did you save that?
Think so.
Right,
no, is it Firefox or just quit? I think those windows will reopen.
Okay.
Guys, we're stealing time from the faulty plan. Oh wait.
Go.
Well, when you're trying to be formatted and you get off track, it's kind of hard to be improvisational. Hello, sir. Next call.
What kind of network are you people on?
We're on Verizon, I think. Well, AT&T.
You're on the Verizon network.
We're screwed.
Are you guys in Burlington proper, or where are you guys? I don't even know where you're broadcasting from. From Burlington?
The moon.
No, Taper says we're on the moon. I have to come to Taper's. It's quite a drive to get here. Actually, yeah.
5 hours from Burlington.
You live in Burlington, right?
What?
No, we're based out of New York City.
Well, we're based out of New York City, but no, I'm from Burlington. That's where I'm from.
Oh, you are from Burlington.
Yeah. I just never updated my on my Facebook because I don't want people tracking me down.
Like I'm living my life through Facebook, so I see something on Facebook and I automatically think it's true. That's the world we live in today.
Well, yeah, and then there's a guy named Jesus Wigman in your living room, you know? Things are true, and others are true. No, but I used to live in Burlington. Here, you want to know my backstory? Moved to Burlington. Went to college, UVM, just 94 freshman year. You know what? I want to ski and see fish and be near fish and go see Bad Hat perform at the Flynn and whatever little coffee shops. The Last Elm Cafe and Jamie Macefield.
What about Viper House? Did you ever catch
Yes! Oh my god, in Viper House, those guys were out of control, yes.
They were fucking sick.
Sick. Oh. So that was my scene, man. That's how, you know, I got all wrapped up in it. So that was back then. I lived there for years and years. And then we when we wanted to pursue the big time, we moved back down here in metro area in NYC. Were you out of Chicago?
Yeah, I've lived in Chicago my whole life. I've lived in the city. I lived in the suburbs. I grew up about like 20 miles due west of the Loop, which is like the heart of Chicago. Like, UIC Pavilion is basically the Loop. And then I moved down. I went to college downtown in Chicago, and my wife and I hooked up in Chicago when she was in school, and then we moved back out about 20 miles west of Chicago to raise our kids.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's why we moved too. A big reason we left Vermont is to be closer to our families. The multi-generational with our son and stuff. I hear that. I hear that.
I needed to get health insurance because I had these kids, and so I did what I had to do. I don't regret it. I'm a quick, like literally 20 minutes from any place in the city. I could be in the city in 20 minutes, so it's pretty cool. It works out really well.
Right on. So you were at those UIC shows, I'm sure.
Oh yes.
See, that's one that I don't have the notch in my belt for, unfortunately. Those are some sick shows.
Right, surprisingly enough, though, the first Fish show I saw was not in Chicago, even though I spent my whole life here. It was at Red Rocks, 1995.
Red Rocks, 95.
I took so many mushrooms, I literally thought my testicles had removed from my body, and throughout the entire second set of, I think, night one, I had to keep running to the bathroom to make sure my testicles were still attached to me. That's how fucked up it was.
Dude, that's tripping balls. I never heard that literal...
I'm telling you.
For really?
I'm telling you, the show was going on, my mind was blown, I was taking it all in. But literally, about every 20 to 30 minutes, I ran to the bathroom, got in the stall, pulled my pants down, checked to make sure my testicles were still attached to my body. They still were. I smiled, and then I ran back to my seat and did the same thing a half hour later throughout the whole night. And then we pull into Chief Hosta Campground, right, is where we were camping. And, I'm this, like, suburban kid from Chicago, like... I was attuned to nature, trust me, but not in this way. We come pulling into the campground, and the park ranger tells us to roll our window down. The park ranger goes, "There's bears in your campground. Put all your food in your car." I'm like, what? My mind was blown. This after having to check my testicles every half hour, and then it starts snowing, and it's like it's fucking snowing in the middle of summer. What is happening here? And then we wake up at like 6 in the morning, there's snow on the ground, and then by noon, it's completely melted, and it's like 70 degrees out. Oh my God, what a mind fuck. That was my first experience to fish right there.
Wow.
I've been ever since, man.
Wow, that's pretty epic right there. You can't make that up.
I didn't make that up. That's a true story.
Wow. Dude, I was there 95, Red Rocks, keeping it real. That's sick, man. Did you wait? So were you at the Rosemont Horizon for Halloween 95?
Yes, Quadrophenia, definitely.
Yeah, Quadrophenia, man. That was cool. I was there for that.
That's when it was still called Rosemont Horizon. Now it's called Allstate Arena.
Oh, harsh.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
cool. I mean, they fixed the acoustics and when it got switched over, they did like this big rehab and they fixed the acoustics in there. Unfortunately, the acoustics still stuck in there. So if you're ever destined to be at Allstate Arena for a show, be prepared to not really hear it all that well. But whatever. Fish hasn't played there in quite some time, so.
Well, to get a good acoustics, you need good wood, and that's what I'm talking about. Is that graphic up there, Taper?
What?
The wood burned graphic. This is why I really wanted to talk to you. I see it. I can see it. All right. No, what I really wanted to talk to you about.
Lay it on me, brother.
The graphic that you see up in the corner of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. This was created by Robert Champion. The Birds of a Feather table that you just auctioned off, right?
We didn't really auction it. It wasn't really an auction.
How did it work? Contest.
Yeah, well, we did this month because basically it just wasn't selling. Like nobody wanted to lay down the cash for it, which is totally cool. So we were trying to figure out ways to get rid of it so that we can make room for another one. So what we did is we basically, I'm a pin maker too, so we had everybody make a $15 donation to the website, and then in return for your entry, quote unquote, you got to pick a pin from myself or Crazy Redbeard, who you folks might know. He's a very famous painter and pin maker in the scene here. So you pay your $15, and then you basically get to pick a pin from my store or from his store. And then last night we chose someone at random and gave it away. So that's how it goes. We raised about we raised exactly $375, and we made our first installment donation to the Mockingbird Foundation last night for $75. And then on Friday we're going to make another donation from the money that we made off the little giveaway that we did. So everyone got a pin for entering for $15, and you can enter as many times you want, and then boom, we picked someone at random and gave it away.
Wow, that's hardcore, man. You get the pin. You basically get a pin and a chance at winning this cool piece.
That's right. And we're going to do it again, except next time it's probably going to be Grateful Dead related. It's not going to be a fish related one.
Right on.
Bad stuff. So we kind of we'll do a dead one, then we'll do a fish one, then we'll do a dead one. So we're working on right now a Grateful Dead Mayan piece, which it's basically it's called 2012 Reflections, and it's basically the steal your face burned into the table face, except it's flipped around, so like you're looking at a reflection of it. And then around it is the Mayan calendric system, which has the two hero twins down at the bottom. If you ever take a close look at it, there's this creation myth that involves the two hero twins, which the Mayans base their whole culture on. And in the actual calendric system, they're facing each other, but in our table, we are putting these faces opposed to each other, so they start to actually devour their own bodies around the radius of the calendar, signifying the end of 2012 and the start of a new calendric cycle.
So wait a second. Here's what the bottom line is. My producers, especially Mr. Clifton, is getting red in the face saying, "You wrap it up. You only got 30 seconds." How would you describe the whole Mayan in like 10 seconds or less? If you could just describe the whole Mayan thing, especially what's going on at the end of this year. I don't know, 12/21, 2012, just in like 10 seconds or less. I don't know. Can it be done?
There is a giant hallucination that's been created in the American culture, partly or mostly in part by Hollywood and mass media, which has put this idea into the dominant paradigm that 2012 means the end of the world. But what it actually is, that has nothing to do with the Mayans. The Mayans.
Was that 10 seconds?
Their calendric system, and the thing is, it's not even the end of their calendric system. It's only the end of one of the counts within the entire Mayan calendar that doesn't really end. Just one of the counts ends within the calendar, and a new cycle begins.
So here's the real question. With, you know this software, Time Wave Zero? You know that?
Yes, I'm very familiar. That's Terrence McKenna, Time Wave Zero. Yeah.
Right, like Terrence McKenna's Time Wave Zero. Why does his graph flatline at that time? What's up with that?
Why does this graph do what?
Doesn't like exponentially drops off into like just an infinite. You know what I'm saying?
That's something yet to be seen. But my whole point is the end of something doesn't mean everything stops.
That's right. We learned that from the show, right? That's what I'm talking about.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. I probably worn out my welcome.
Yeah, we're kicking you off, but it's not. Remember, it's not me, man. I talk to you all night. It's the producers.
It's your show. I mean, I don't want to come in and take over. It's your show. But one quick thing, I got to get you guys on my show to interview you.
Right?
All right. The tables will be turned, my friend.
Okay. The tables, get it? The tables, birds of a feather flock together. Cool. All right, later, man. Good chatting with you. All right, see? He's in the business. He knows what's going down, kids at home. He's in the business. And we're in the business of producing this show. So, as the producers was telling me, they're like, all right, on to the next one. Important news. We need to contact. Last week, if you tuned in, again, we're bringing you all these different pieces. And even Robert Champion got, you know, the knowledge of Tom Marshall working with his kids to make McLovins, and you start to see all these connections, right? So that's what we're doing. We're spreading the knowledge. In so doing, last week we decided, you know, we don't even call Mike's hotline enough to find out what's going on, and it's such a good service. Why don't we just do that on the show? We'll get, you know, take care of it with us, and then, you know, we'll be able to tell people the other things that are going on. Anyway, we broke the news that he was looking for a band name. Yes, that's right, kids. Mike, he's looking for a band name. I don't know how long this is going to go on, but we're about to call in once again into his hotline to bring you guys what's going on. I had no idea. One of our producers had checked the day before. You know, it was just some other gibberish. But when we went live that night, boom, called in. We got the word. He's looking for band names, and we've been trying to help him out and spread it. You know, say, hey, if you got a good band name, call in. And I hear he's been cleaning the lines, so there's room on the messages, kids. All right? So, let's do that. We're going to have our producers punch it up right now for you and bring you the call straight to my hotline. Mike's hotline, that's right. All right, let's see what we got. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest, Mr. Michael Gordon.
So, when I was little, watching TV, there were always hotline ads. I'm talking slowly because my voice sounds so digitally pixelated. You guys know what dither is? Do I need to be dithering this voice on now? Anyway, I will talk slowly. Trouble with the rock, call this hotline. Trouble with drugs, call this hotline. First trouble making decisions, call this hotline. So, I always think, I can't decide what shirt to wear. I need a hotline for this. I can't decide whether to meet my friend for dinner. Can we call a hotline and let them decide? Is there a hotline for that? That's how I always want to use a hotline. I'm going to make this hotline your oracle. Ask a question right now. Okay, well, I can't leave you much of a pause because then it'll stop my recording. Answer that question is yes, no. If you're driving, next license plate that you see.
Mike, when is the next fish show?
In that license plate is, well, you're asking this next question right now. Okay, well, if that digit was odd, the answer is yes, but if all the digits make a prime number, then the answer is maybe. Okay, one more question for this hotline, Oracle, your decision maker, right now.
What will it take?
Fast enough so that the pause doesn't make it stop recording. Take your breath deep, and if those numbers, if there's another number, add them together, the single digits. Odd, yes. Even, no. Later.
Hey, listen, we're still calling from last week. We dig the hotline. We love it. We wanted to make our submission for the band name Eloquent Soliloquy, but we weren't sure if there was still time or what the rules were. So if you could call us back at 347-SHOW-OF-L. That's 347-SHOW-OF-L. And let us know who the winner was. We could announce it live on the air. And you'll get to take your part in the show of life. Thanks, Mike, and have a great night. All right, there was room, kids. Wow. I don't know if you saw, but I was kind of nervous. There was a delay, which I caught. Some other kids that left messages on there, they called it the oh shit delay or something like that, because they wound up going like, oh shit, when there was room on there. And then they had to hang up and actually call back. So I was expecting it to be full, but what do you do? Good thing I had that band name on deck and I hadn't done my homework and called in with it. But, you know, hopefully it'll pass muster. It couldn't be potty humor. There was a lot of rules about that. We took notes. Now, the Oracle thing, I don't know how you guys could recreate that except by calling the hotline. So do that. Get your knowledge. If you want to ask the Oracle some questions, who knows? Who knows what will happen, right, Mike? That's right. Alright. That's right. We're bringing you guys the news, whatever it might be. Whether it's, you know, Oracle hotlines or just the hottest hi-hat lines in the business. We're working with special guests, different artists. We're keeping it real. We're bringing you the total rundown, and we're going on the road as much as we can. If you're in a band or want to form a band, or you're in your basement rehearsing, let us come cover it, because there's a story there, and we really want to get to the bottom of it. And, okay, so speaking of Trey's birthday, I'm just getting the signal. Taper and I have special hand signals, right? We know when to do what. Here's the deal. Here's the happy birthday Trey thing we were talking about earlier in the show. We're so adept, we're able to pull it up. Thank you, Taper, for...
Silky. Thank you, Silky, for the list.
Silky, baby. All right. Thank you, Silky, baby. See? It's your show, too, kids. That's what I'm saying. You know, when we come...
Why don't you go and use that big remote to turn it on?
Sweet. All right. I'm going for the happy birthday Trey.
What day is it? That's right. It's mine. Hip, 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 hooray! Hip, 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 hooray! Hip, 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 hooray! Hip, hip, hip,
What? That was sick. Well done. Well done. Well done. That was cool. Has something like that ever been done before for one of the boys in the band? A video card of combo pictures? Genius. Genius. Hello. Shout out to Jules Rules. Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
it was cool to see everybody in that. And because of the show, people know about it. And the next time one of the boys' birthdays rolls around, you know this hard-hitting journalistic team is going to be covering it and getting a birthday card initiated for one of the boys. So get your submissions ready, guys. That's right. That was cool. Nice little piece there. That's what we're talking about. Guys, we're lazy. We don't want to do our own scene here. We don't want to be responsible for our own stuff. Just give us the content and we'll put it up, you know. That's the bottom line. You know, that we'll do it. Like our friends, for example, our friends at Ant Farms, right? I said, listen, you know, let's get some new graphics up in here, man. And I was like, I want to know what's going on. He's like, you never showed this on the show, and we had it down in AC, and you know, we still got a few left, and we're pulling them through. Oh, we're with this, the Jedi-ness? Check it out, kids. What up? Ant Farms means business. If you want to get on there, if you don't want to get on there, shitless. No, they're down to business. Believe this, kids. I found out about this. I said, let's do it. He's got free pins up in here. And who doesn't want to be a Jedi? You know, Trey's a Jedi. As Robert Champion said earlier, Jedi. Luke Skywalker business. What?
That train pin looks pretty cool.
Yes, and I want to wheel up. We're practicing for our new show. This is like, we're wheeling up. Kids, for our new show, we do Shopping Network. What's up? This is the train. Yo, kids, get on the train. We're leaking the secret knowledge. We're on the train.
Don't technical difficulties.
I'm plugging shit. Now, look at how this glows in the dark. It takes a level of detail. Just like a band that would come together and create a set list that spells out secret messages. It takes a level of detail and nuance to create pins that are just right on the money and super cool. So if you see in this graphic, this shit glows in the dark. Imagine being Spun Cookie Wookiees McCookerson, who comes into a show, buys a pin in the lock, goes in the show, tripping balls, literally in the bathroom, checking his balls, looking for his balls, tripping balls, and he sees his pin glowing. I mean, that is the level of nuance that you need to have when you're in the pin game. So again, shout out to our boys at Ant Farms. Thanks for keeping it real. That's right, kids. We're getting good on our radio promo ads. I've been practicing. I do vocal exercise and face vocal trainer. So, look. This week we're talking about Bonnaroo. Maybe we won't even get to it. It's really about what we're doing now, right now, live. And also the things in the future. Custaroo. Why do they call it that, Taper?
I went the first 3 years, and then I skipped a year, and I went, 6.
I haven't been yet, I must admit.
More Custaroo.
It's just Custy Fest, huh? Custaroo. Money. It's all about the money. You gotta find a balance. You gotta find a crucial balance between making money and keeping it real. Right now, the scales are tipped in the keeping it real favor in our category, but we strive.
I'll never do Roo again unless I have an RV. I went 06. I had my RV. I saw 3 bands.
Can I make a meme for next week that has you and your? We could get the old Taper from the past to come back.
I cut my dreads off at Bonnaroo.
No way.
Yeah,
gotta come up with a meme for next week with Taper that says, I'll never do Bonnaroo again. Unless it's in an RV. It's coming, guys. Check it. You'll get to see Taper in his dreads and see a cool meme. Maybe I'll win for the week. How cool would that be?
Well, we could just use the flux capacitor and we could
snap. Why not try it out? No, kid.
Let's use that flux capacitor.
All right, Taper.
Pull Taper from the past, what he looked like when he had the dread.
When was that? When was the date? Like, give us, maybe you could come from mid-Bonnaroo. We could send you before you cut the dreads, and I could try to talk you out of it or something. Who knows? We didn't plan this bit, kids.
See if we can do it.
All right, what's the date?
What was the date of Bonnaroo? I don't know.
The first one, 01. It wasn't that
It
year.
was 06. It was the last Bonnaroo that I went to. It
I don't know.
was 06. It was
Phil Jones. Maybe you can help us. Are you out there? What should I do, David? Alright.
Alright, just point the remote at the flux capacitor.
I'll rub my tummy and pat my head. Alright, here goes. I'm just gonna go random in June. Was it later in the month, you think? Here we
I
go.
think it was like June 12th or so.
Here we go. Taper from the past. Pre-dread.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh, he's gonna bug.
What the
Dude, don't bug. We'll puff, bro. Don't worry.
What the fuck is
Dude,
going on?
It's cool. You're just in the future. I know you're a Back to the Future fan, so just come see me. In the future, you have a show. I'm your partner in crime. We're peanut butter and jelly.
Who the fuck are you?
It's cool.
What
I'm
are we
Jason.
doing in my house?
Jason McMahon. Yeah, no, it's
My
cool.
basement.
I know it looks a little different, but
Oh my god.
we have a show, and I know you're at Bonnaroo, but all right. So basically, in the future,
Show?
because of all your tinkering, we were able to use this flux capacitor. We met a band called Flux Capacitor, and they helped us, and that's where we were really able to start dialing this in. And I just dialed you up because
I recognize Zion. Hi,
Look,
boy.
he's coming to see you, dude,
Hi,
because
boy.
he knows you. He's telling you it's okay, bro. It's cool, man. We're in the future. We're bros. And there it
I
is.
guess you do have a flux capacitor.
And this, man, this is the key. We don't want to hoard it.
So why did you bring me here? What can
Because
you
you
tell me about the
dreads.
future?
Wait
what,
a minute. No, dude, you
what
need
are the
to
lottery
show-
numbers for this
No,
week?
we
Dude,
don't do it
you
like
got
that.
a show? Let's freaking... Dude, we need to win the lottery so we can get a tour bus for the show. Wait, do we have a tour bus?
Not yet, but we got something really promising. We got great audience, people that stand behind us and help us out. We got advertisers. We're keeping it real. We just did our first... We're actually showing bands over the internet. Live. Multicam shots.
Really?
Yeah.
Multicam.
Multicam. We're just dialing it in. This dude, Mr.
Multicam.
Clifton.
How do you get that kind of signal into a laptop?
Well, we're using FireWire. I'm sure they have that then, but now it's 800. FireWire 800 instead of FireWire 400. And there's a switcher. There's a switcher involved.
Telling us how tour is. It's rough.
It is. It's rough. Tour rough. How is Bonnaroo right now? Is it?
It's hot as fucking hell. I'm really thinking about cutting these fucking dreads off.
That's why we brought you
fucking
here.
Hot. Oh my god, I just can't fucking like. It's enough already. Like just the heat and just like I'm just ready to. And plus I got this RV full of these kids and like I just want to like look as good as I can because I'm the one that's driving and like.
Well, I mean, honestly, you're gonna cut the dreads, or are you gonna put like a button-down shirt on and stuff, or what's the deal?
No, you know whatever.
If you're still wearing that hat, you're in trouble, bro.
No,
especially
I'll
in
take the hat
2012.
off, everything. I got a buzzer. I'm just gonna buzz it. You know, we're driving out to Arkansas to pick up some Fat Tire and sell it on tour.
Why Arkansas? I thought that stuff brewed in Colorado.
Yeah, but Arkansas is the furthest west that they sell it. It's in Mississippi. You got to cross the Mississippi, and Arkansas is right on the other side. I called up the brewery. I arranged it with the distributor there, everything. So they're waiting there for me.
A lot of knowledge right there. Wow, you're gonna slang beers. What's the prices going for on Bonnaroo?
Oh, dude, premium on Fat Tire. We're going to Deer Creek first with them, and I'm gonna charge $4.
Nice.
Oh wait, no, $3 at Deer Creek. Then if we have any leftover for SPAC, that's when they're going up to $4.
Yeah, once you hit the East Coast with Fat Tires, you know, that's when things start
But
happening.
yeah, $3 at Deer Creek, no deals. It's Fat Tire. What do you want?
What do you want, kid? He knows how to work the lot.
We're going all the way out to Arkansas to get them for you, so we gotta get paid for that. It's an RV. The gas is just gonna be ridiculous.
Right on. Well, listen, we can't give you any like lottery numbers. It doesn't work like that or anything like that. The best we could do is just give you the hope that you're gonna really, you know, you get onto something big, and because you're so passionate. Oh, listen to this. So this is the one thing I can't tell you because I don't want you to mess it up in the future and not get it right. Taper 420. That's your scene.
I use that name online.
Yeah, that's what
when
happens.
I post my shows that I tape.
Well, here's what happens. This is where I don't know. I hope I don't affect it, but hopefully I'll make it better. This is what happens. It goes from just taping shows to actually broadcasting them live.
He doesn't want me to tell you, but Zion, it's okay. He's taper 420. He's gonna not
He was
abuse
just
the
telling
knowledge.
us what part of the tree that aspirin is made out of.
Yeah. Bark. Right. So, that's what you gotta do, man. You gotta focus on bringing music to people in their living room live. So we could keep this thing going.
Live?
Yeah, like right now is live. I brought you here live on the show.
This is live right
yes,
now?
over the internet.
What?
Yes, even these few short ears.
You guys, dude,
bandwidth
are you kidding
technology.
me? Did my dad finally get rid of the DSL?
Yeah, no way. That wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Cable, bro. It's cable's where it's at. Fiber optic, plastics. Invest in plastics.
Maybe I should just hang out here.
No, you can't do that because the right now Taper 420, the one that's with us now has all the knowledge.
How you doing? Yeah, he doesn't look very familiar to me.
No, well once you, yeah. So I guess that's not Taper 420. I mean, don't look over there. I don't want you to have any I don't want you to see him and him influence you to cut your dreads or not. But you just remember this.
I'm going to cut my dreads. I already made the decision. I just saw my buddy Andrew from college, and I just saw him. He cut his dreads off too. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's just, yeah, man, too hot.
Really?
I fucking hear it, man. Dude. It's Bonnaroo will do it. How many Wooks have cut their dreads at Bonnaroo because of the heat? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. That's hard-hitting journalism, kids. So wait, how long have these dreads been with you? These locks, been rocking the locks. How long? When did they start dreading it up?
I kind of started it was a process, but you know, they kind of started forming around. Shit, it must have been 2002, 2003. So 4 or 5 years now. 2001 maybe even. For a while, it wasn't 2000. But I think 2000.
You were at Big Cypress, right?
I had short
Did you
hair
see
in
the green
2000.
powders?
Yeah, I had short hair at Big Cypress, and then I think I kind of started letting it grow out from there, and then it got long. And
That's why I did it Super Bowl.
And then it started dreading, and then I started helping it dread, and
then you got that bead. Where'd that bead come from?
Which one?
That glass one right there.
I have a few.
That one.
This one. The fuck. I remember.
Come on, each bead in its shape
I know,
has significance.
Yes, I remember when I got this one. That's a special memory. I don't know.
Chroma key.
It's a little private. I'm not gonna share it.
Ah, I know how it is,
But
Taper.
it's a special memory.
Well, that's, guys, I go deep with the hard-hitting questions. I really want to get into the mind of Taper, but not too far in, because we don't want to mess up the space-time continuum. We might even erase the show out of existence, if we were to...
Is this starting to fade?
If we mess with the faulty plan a bit. We could always steal a few seconds away with this backup feature. But I'm not gonna do it.
So shit.
So
You should
what do you
press
say?
a button, then I should just fade out from the couch, huh?
Right. Well, we're not that good yet, but in the future we will.
Yeah.
We'll be chroma key. Can't wait for that, kids.
So should I just go climb over the back thing again? Or
Yeah, wherever you came from, go crouch there like Starman.
Can I just walk in that direction and maybe I'll start
No,
to
I think you
disappear?
need to go back the way you came, bro. You're not going back the...
Not
I don't know, it
going
might
back
mess up. Alright, well, whatever you do, go crouch down like Starman, and I'll punch up the codes, man, and we'll blast you back to Bonnaroo.
Alright.
Good luck with that.
Should I hold on to my crystals? Will that help?
Yeah, always. Don't ever get rid of those, man.
Alright. I'll see you guys in the future.
This is it, baby. Taper 420. Old school.
Alright, beam me back, Scotty.
Alright, nice. Only Taper said that. Alright, guys. If it wasn't for the boys in Flux Capacitor, and I got to know Mike the best, but they're all brothers. Literal brothers growing up, playing music. I mean, what gets... How's that... How do you get any better than that as far as tight-knit jams go? You know what I'm saying? Man, bro.
All right, so that was unexpected, quite derailing. Now we're supposed to stick the show into a format of, yeah, we gotta stick it. Oops, show's over. we got timers going and different clocks, atomic clocks. That's right. Zion's in the house.
All right, let's go to this cruise. Oh wait,
Cruise bits. What are we doing next?
cruise bits, cruise bits.
Ding.
Already live.
What's up, guys? We're already live, so you know that I'm right here with you. Live. Natalie Cressman Cruise, November 3rd. I think that they're opening it up to friends and family of SOP Fam, which we're in the Fam. Festival Man, now we inducted him into the Fam. We want everyone to be in it that shares in the groove and has the positive love vibes, you know. That's what it's all about. But anyway, this is gonna be a fun event. I mean, it's time to get to hang out off the lot, chill, nightlife. We're talking New York City music, live music, hanging out. Yours truly. I'm gonna be behind the mic. I'll be like, yo guys, what's up? Just kidding. I'm gonna be in a suit. I'm gonna be all dressed up in a tuxedo, right? But it's gonna be fun. I'm glad to get to hang out with everyone, and everyone, anybody who's everybody. And I don't know. We're gonna dance the night away. We're gonna rock the night away. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be sweet. Those skylines I was watching on the test feed were textbook, picture book, storybook. It was almost story time with Taper Fortuan on the computer boat. Alright, but in that vein, we have a little video put together about the event that we'd like to show for you now. And we're back. And we're rocking. I thought we were going to get the echo that time. Oh well. Sometimes, guys, that'll be a little featurette you'll see on the show. The unplugged headphone echo. So we're really excited about that. We're trying to put together other gigs too, kids. So if you have a band, literally, we'll come to your living room and stream it. We're just trying to get a start, get our name out there, dudes. Help us out. What up? So we went into Bonnaroo because old Taper 421, cut the dreads off Bonnaroo style. We weren't there. The thing is, Taper and I, we were there. You know why? Because we saw it live. That's the point. It's all intertwined live. We were. That was the first. Was that the first time you watched a webcast? Fish webcast.
What? Yes. No.
Right? Bonnaroo?
Yes. No. Yes. No. Remember there was that one in the city.
You went to that?
Atlanta. Huh?
You did?
Huh? You were there too. We shot video there.
Oh, I forgot. Wait, do you have that footage?
Yeah.
Sick. Forgot about that one. You guys, listen to this. I'd even forgotten this even took place. When we were in Atlanta, 2011? Yes, 2011, we had a webcast party where everyone got into this bar, blasted Fish over the PA, and on the wall, video. Crazy. And we just did the show. What were we thinking? We did the show from the bar. Like we were in the lot roving reporter style with the cart. It was nuts. That's the kind of footage in the archive. That's the DVD set. We figured out a couple weeks ago. We need to, and especially Mr. Clifton getting involved. He said, show me the money. He's like, you gotta make money. It all comes down to money. I don't care how much fun you kids want to have. Always about the bottom line. And I was like, holy shit, this guy means business. I was like, dude, I'll do whatever you say if you're buying this software, brother. Plus, you know, when you're dealing with old school trusted family friends, that's where it's at. That's when you know it's keeping it real. Anyway, I digress. So, Bonnaroo. But we gotta get that footage though, Taper. Diva, cue up the footage. Just kidding. Taper and I were together off the heels of Worcester. You see, it was an impossible drive. But it wasn't impossible because our boy Brendan did it. Remember him? Mm-hmm. Up and coming Lockheed. Didn't see him much in second leg. I'm worried. I hope he had his act together. Anyway, you know how it is. Sometimes you have too much fun on first leg and you gotta take a hike. But whatever you do, take care of your shoes. So there we were, Taper and I, on the heels of Worcester. If you were leaving, the bottom line was you could either leave Worcester or drive to Bonnaroo to be a part of the madness all the way, and then all the way back to the East Coast to Atlantic City, or you could stick East Coast style and just do the right thing. I don't know what, Skipperoo? That's what people were calling it, right? I think so. Anyway, in a playbook, that's how it's got to go down. If you're a crazy kid on tour like Brendan, our boy Brendan that we met up in there through the ways and means, selling his shirts, I took a liking to that kid, I gotta say. I really did. I look out for him like little bro. He hooked me up in Cincinnati. I'll never forget you, bro. I want to see you at some shows, man. Rocking your styles. So I'm gonna just run it down real quick and Taper interject. You know, obviously it's not going to be as passionate. Custeroo, he says. It's not going to be as passionate. I wasn't there. I did have some moments during the set where I was like, wow, this is awesome. Namely, the highlights being the tweezer and the obvious gambler Kenny Rogers piece.
What about you calling it the night before?
Well, that was for me. You guys, I was singing the Gambler song. I was doing Gambler teases during Show of Life, right? There I was in Worcester, 2 nights before Bonnaroo, doing Gambler teases, belting it out, sending it live over the airwaves to train the boys. Anyway, then boom, Bonnaroo, they were playing with Kenny Rogers. You know, that was pretty huge. Either of my psychic abilities or, you know, the boys loved the show. Obvious nod to what we're doing. Thanks, guys. So, yeah, you're right. You're right on the money, Taper. You know what else? We got it here. I want to run through the set list. So they open with Down with Disease, which is interesting for first set. Like, in Taper wouldn't get up on this either, but, you know, we're not these, like, show review guy types either. We're just, you know, trying to take it all in. Kind of like consider the source. You know, I was trying to It was metered. I had to go rest at certain points. It was too much after two bands. So they open up with Down with Disease. They go into the Funky Bitch, MoMA Dance, Sample in a Jar, Axilla. Then The Gambler comes on down through with Kenny Rogers. And it was cool to be in the living room and see it up close and personal. How many cameras they got? What they got? Taper was telling me they got like 9 cameras.
Fish?
Yeah. 9 cameras. Just boom. Right there. It felt up close and personal. We weren't in the rain. We didn't have to deal. Then, then Possum came along, and let me tell you.
Wow, I honestly, that's a gem that I've been waiting a long time to hear. I was really bummed that I wasn't there live to see it. I've been waiting so long.
Dude, I was so blown away, I had to sit down to take it all in on my couch. I was melting into my couch. But with every good Possum, there comes a Wilson. And then after that's when the tweezer happened. Into Free and backwards down the number line. Wrapping it up strong with Cavern. Wrapping up the first set strong. I'm trying to remember what I was thinking during that whole time. You know, we're in there in the living room.
I was thinking as we were doing the separate broadcast that I was hoping that the first song that they came back playing, regardless of what song it is, if it only had the lyrics Ghetto Blaster in it, I'd be happy.
And that happened.
It did.
Who else has Ghetto Blaster in their lyrics? Beck? Somebody? He might.
Not sure. But I was happy because they... Golden Age.
Yeah, that it's fast becoming a fave. It's interesting how they do that, don't you think? How they could take a song.
Ever since the Halloween, right?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like,
When? What Halloween? The White Album?
no, waiting for Columbus.
Oh. Right.
Because it's on that album, right?
Golden Age?
Or am I totally wrong?
You're fucked now. They're going to really be giving you a hard time. A real ribbing for this one. No, you got to know. You got to do your research, Tabor. See, like me. This is TV. We're talking, this song wouldn't be written for 20 or 30 years later, my friend. TV on the radio. They're out of Brooklyn. I've actually heard a radio interview with these guys.
Yeah, I'm not all trivia guy.
No, man. If you don't, unless you're 100% sure with double confirmed sources, I wouldn't speak up. Yeah, no.
Where they played that.
That night, they probably did, but it might have been like they play a third set.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't they? Or is that New Year's?
Yeah.
Who knows anymore? So yeah, no, but the Golden Age is sick. You should listen to the original version. The reason I like it is because you could get the lyrics more clearly. But it's good to see where the influences come from, and in the next episode of Common Threads, you'll see another way bands just influence other bands, which I think is a great dynamic. Fan submission, Mop Top, shout out to Mop Top, and the whole Drop Top crew. What's up?
Next week, once we have time to convert that video.
Yeah, they put us on the spot with a large video to convert. They didn't realize, they thought they could just hand us off a disc and we'd just be able to air it, but you need to encode that. Again, a tip of the hat to Tabor for all of his technical expertise and he's constantly scheming and dreaming. So not only is he a dreamer, he's a schemer and a dreamer. It's the trifecta there with schemer, streamer, dreamer. But watch which way you combine those, because they could be explosive. It could be TNT up in here. I'm not talking Tanqueray and tonics either, Zion. What up? We're going to put Tanqueray in your dog dish, bro. Make it cool. So, speaking of the Little Feat inspired Golden Age, which they went into one of my favorites, 2001. Gotta love that. Just a big fan. I'm a fan of CPU, but more than that, I'm a fan of H2O. That's right. So, the 2001, the Chalk Dust Torture, I just keep relating these back to things that happened to me in Denver. Then came the Carini, and then, again, another thing that come along the way. These are the things that make people travel far and wide. But is it worth it to drive thousands of miles for Shafty? who knows? They hadn't played it since 2003, I learned in my research. Just quite a long stretch of shows. And I wish I was one of those trivia guys because I'd have it all down pat. How many shows, the actual date, what show it was, song before and after. But like I said, I'm lazy, so we're all lazy. That's why we do our job here, is because we know that other people are lazy. So we feel like we could provide a service while at the same time staying motivated and educating ourselves. So, where do you go from the Shafty? Well, you take it into rock and roll, followed by Alaska, which I know a lot of people, are just sick of, frankly. But at Dick's, had its proper place. No doubt. I love it. Here's the thing, guys. Some of you guys that complain about some songs, or you just want that fire hose of jamming, I'll tell you this from my experience, which I hadn't really had too much. I could just consider the source. Man, these guys they unleashed it. Double neck guitar, like I was like, and the bass, and it was just like. But once I just started seeing kids falling down and getting back up and dancing, I was just like, okay, we're gonna be all right. And I have to again thank Taper for not shutting it down. I was begging him to come home. I was like, let's just go home, bro. I didn't get home. You want to hear something? I got to tell you guys the story of Fast Eddie. I almost forgot about this. And Clifton's going to be pissed because we were so close. We were just about to wrap up the show. And then I got to give you guys the epilogue. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to condense the final sequence where I talk about maybe some other stuff or some other things at the drum set. We're just going to end it here. But first, I got to tell you the story of Fast Eddie after we wrap up this Bonnaroo business. Don't let me forget, Taper. Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie. My point is... Wait.
There's always a fucking...
You guys hear that? This room might be bugged.
It's because of the light. It attracts them.
I hear something.
This room might be bugged, he says.
I'm worried, man. The higher ups at these big wig record labels might be on to us. And they're trying to sabotage.
It's a big juicy stink bug too.
What if it flies on me and I freak out?
Then you're gonna get stunked on.
Anyway, it's quite distracting. When you're trying to just chill and listen to Alaska, into Harry Hood, which was unfinished, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, into Light. I love Light. People say it's a good one. Good tune. I enjoy it, thoroughly enjoy it. Even on that broadcast. Alright, I think we're okay. I'm no Johnny B. I don't know. This might be the last time I do this, but then they played Character Zero and finished off the set with Rocky Top, right? Character Zero. Taper probably didn't know this. When we were leaving Dick's and they were playing it as the encore of the last show, I thought the people that were walking through that crowd were doing a choreographed dance to Character Zero, and I was looking around for cameras everywhere, and I thought we were like messing up their shot by walking through all these choreographed dancers.
They want to know the Fast Eddie story.
Alright, Fast Eddie coming up next. After this commercial, I'll give you guys Fast Eddie. Because I need...
Are you done with the set list?
Well, no, there was the encore, which obviously...
Alright, so finish the encore.
Alright, guys. 3-song encores are awesome in my book. Third sets are even better. But when they came back, because didn't we do our broadcast at Separate?
Yes.
So I think there was a nod to the show when they came out and encored with Show of Life.
Because they were watching backstage.
Totally. Which gave them ideas to do these segments. Now, if you see on their webcast, they have pre-produced segments, between when they're playing live. An obvious shout out to the Show of Life. So, whatever. It's cool. We're glad they're streaming and dreaming just like us. That's what makes it special.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now it sounds like someone's making tea. No? What's that? There's an alternate source.
That's the water softener.
Oh. Anyway, Show of Life Encore, obvious nod to us. We were so super stoked because we did a Separate show. That was the first time I blanked out ever doing. See, sometimes if you try too hard, whatever it is, say you're playing music or whatever, drums, bass, Who knows? Or you're painting. You try too hard, you could actually screw it up. And that's what happened to me in our Bonnaroo broadcast. Again, that will never be rebroadcasted again, but I will sell it on the DVD boxed edition just to embarrass myself. I was like, they were like giving me, like, I was like having a panic attack, literally. I've been even worse spun out war correspondent situations than that. I was sitting on my couch. I was like, I don't know what to say, because I was over prepared. I had too much stuff written down. I was trying too hard. That ain't cool. That ain't keeping it real. So anyway, it was a fun time, but it was from the couch. It's not the same as being there. And they went into Julius after that, which again made us analyze our current situation and said, how do we reinvent ourselves in this new age? But they didn't end there. Then they played Tweezer Reprise, which is always a good... It's almost like you just ran a marathon, you got to do a cool down jog, do some stretching. But in this case, you're totally raging and back in that Tweezer, maybe you're gorillaing out. Do you guys do that? DVD does. So that was the show at Bonnaroo. I personally like it more interactive. I want to have been there. I want to be talking about the show, having people call in that went to the show. That's what we envision for these segments where we go through these venues, bringing us into the situation, which may or may not be called the New Year's run. Who knows? I'm hearing winter rumors, 2013 shows. Who knows? Anything goes. Right? So there it is, folks. That's the show. That's the show of life. But we got another ad we're going to run. We got advertisements here. It's not really an ad. It's more of a shout out to a bro, longtime fan of the show. We were chatting. He said, I got this little I don't even forget what he called it, but it's basically this frame. It's got multiple memorabilia. It's a concoction. That's what I'd say it is. It's a concoction. A memorabilia concoction. We should get Reba Reporter up in here to almost value this stuff on Fantiques Roadshow, because there's value here. And so our good friend of the show, Mike Costello, longtime fan of the show, he's got this piece he's put together. He's ready to pass it on down, to the next guy. It's a Coventry guide map. Camden 03, both nights, right? Camden 04. Then they got the Philly stubs, and these are mail order stubs, what I'm trying to tell you. Then he also has put into this piece an original trade drawing by Loretta Allen and incorporated the newspaper that was published the Monday after Coventry up at local Vermont paper up in there, nearby town. It's all framed. It's never been exposed to direct sunlight. It's been in deep basements, the inner basements. Like we have a couple pieces down here. They're totally preserved as well. We've got some Pollocks. It's got the vintage, a 10-year vintage, and Mike's interested in passing it on to another head. He wants to
sell it on Fantiques Roadshow.
He wants to sell it on Fantiques Roadshow. That's what I'm trying to say. I really am. So anything, it's definitely a one-of-a-kind piece, and he really would love anyone interested. I mean, this is not the type of thing you could slap a price tag on. Definitely negotiable, very negotiable for sure. If you want to negotiate, so this is hopefully it strikes a chord. Maybe you're at those those Mid-Atlantic shows, the Philly Jersey sitch. Maybe you want those stubs, and you wish you had the clipping of the paper from Coventry. It's a nice package, put together nicely. So get at us. Fantiques Roadshow, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's about, keeping it real, bringing you guys the hard-hitting pieces, and also just the little things that are going on out there. Obscure, up-and-coming new wave punk rock. It's all rock and roll to me. Did you guys know that the first CD compact disc. The taper, you'll appreciate this. This is where the show really gets interesting, when I'm supposed to wrap it up. CDs are 30 years old.
To go over 2 hours.
Sorry, they're pissed. We're supposed to end at 90 minutes. They wanted a 60-minute show, and I compromised at 90 minutes. Once we hit the 2-hour mark, it starts fading downhill. I don't know. But I just got to get my points across. Did you know it's a 30-year anniversary of the compact disc?
30?
Yep.
I would have figured it's older, huh?
No, but the reason I mention this is because my reference...
Oh, compact is something.
Yeah, no, these are CDs, compact discs. That's why I actually, instead of CD, I said compact disc. Totally.
Yeah, but nobody had any until like the 90s.
No, you know where it came out? In Japan. First came out in Japan, first CD to come out, Billy Joel. Billy Joel. Hence my reference to new wave punk rock. It's all rock and roll to me. Which reminded me. It's a little tidbit news that we pick up out there, and we're wrapping it up, guys. We're wrapping it up. That's the show for this week. But first, they want to hear Fast Eddie, I thought.
Do it.
Alright, so guys, this is the meat and potatoes that you've been waiting for the whole show. This is the real life shit. It happened so fast, I wish I had a video camera to do it, but I want to be able to get it out in time, right? So there we were. A new character was born on the show this weekend too, which is pretty epic. Friend of mine, friend of my family's, and good guy, good all around guy. I knew he'd have a good time. He came out with us this weekend, the gig in Albany, McLovin Adventure, and he earned his stripes. He earned his name, Shenanigan Man, during the show, and at the end, I can't disclose. Just like we have some knowledge of Jolly here in studio that we can never reveal that he will take and has taken to his grave, wherever that may be. This is the kind of stuff that we wouldn't want to reveal, but Mr. Shenanigan Man got kicked out of the venue, out of the gig before it was over, while we were still having our faces melted by Consider the Source. Literally. I don't use that term lightly, face melting. Would you say that? Like if you're on some crazy psychedelic, you wouldn't have been a puddle in the floor after that taper? What do you think?
Okay.
A little bit face melting? I don't know. I was almost having issues with it. But need I digress? Mr. Shenanigan Man got kicked out of the show. So on the way home, it's me and Shenanigan Man driving. It's late. Since we put in... Taper was right. You gotta put in the dues, like a touring band. We can't leave early. The band said they want us to stream. People at home want to experience new music. You're just, you're just caught in the middle. You just gotta do it. Otherwise, you're the dick. So I didn't want to be the a-hole guy. So we kept doing it. We were going home so late that when we got home, it was like 5 in the morning or something. We were driving along, right? I had just gone through a toll. Me and Shenanigan Man. Just so tired and just whatever. We weren't even up to speed yet. We were like 40, 30 miles an hour after coming through a toll. Smooth sailing, right? It sucked. Since I was driving, I only had 2 drinks way early in the night, and so I wasn't even able to be drinking. So I just want to set that up so you guys know that I wasn't like driving around. I wouldn't do that. But we're driving along. All of a sudden, it was like I got hit with a surface-to-air missile or something, and immediately, it wasn't like the air was letting out of the tires. It was like my tire exploded, and it was immediately like, boom, 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 and I was like, oh my god, and I pull over to the side of the road. I'm like, in disbelief. I'm like, are you kidding me? We just went through this whole night. These motherfuckers at the Red Square wouldn't let us stream the show and told us to put our shit away, and we had to do a rogue stream. Now I'm sitting here with a flat tire on the side of the road. What? There we were, right? So I whip my phone out. I'm like, all right. Got the light on it, light app, flashlight app. Only problem with your flashlight app phone is when you've been using your phone all night and dude dies right up in there and it's pitch black and you're sitting in the mud puddles, pumped up kicks, mud squashing next to the tire, trying to get the bolts off, right? Immediately after we crashed, this car pulls up. I'm like, oh shit, it's the cops. The way they pulled in, just the promptness or punctuality, showing up when I don't want some around, Boom, no. Who comes out of the car? This dude, Edward. He's like, you guys need any help? what's going on, man? Need any help? We're like, no, we got it. We had this like rinky-dink donut and like this ghetto blaster jack that we're just trying to crank it, and it was like a Playmobil style, bro. Anyway, so Eddie comes in and he's all, he's like, I got a floor jack in my car. Like rolls out like a heavy duty floor jack. He's like, psst, psst. The car was like up immediately. There's Shenanigan Man. He starts trying to take the bolts off, right? And he's like, can't do it. And like he gives it. He's like, dude, you do it. I'm like looking at it. I'm like I go up to the bar. I was like, hey man, I was like, you're better at this than me, bro. The guy had like Popeye forearms. I'm like, you think you might want to give it a crank, bro? And he was like, ding, ding, ding. Like all the bolts are off immediately, right? We're there pulling the tire off. I'm like wrestling with it, putting it in the trunk, right? This hunk of just deflated bag, right? Next thing I know, they have the donut on. They're ratcheting it up. I'm like not even have the tire in the trunk. I'm about to put it in. The car's like, and like the guy's putting his floor jack back in. He comes back. He's like, yo. He's like, you think you'd give me $20 for food or whatever? And we were just like, what? And Shenanigan Man's like, yeah. He's like, here you go, man. He's like, definitely. Here's $20. And he's like, $5 for tolls? And I was like, yeah, man, here's $5. And so we were like, holy shit. Like, this all happened within the span of not even 10 minutes. And suddenly, like, I'm thinking, like, all these scenarios when the thing exploded, I'm thinking, side of the road, hours, AAA, flat donut, Johnny Law, who knows the scenarios. They weren't pretty. And there we were, in less than 10 minutes, we're like, I couldn't believe that was real. We're back on the road, real deal style. Dude made some cash. So we're driving, he's in front of us now, and we're driving. And right there, right after where we had gotten the flat, there was like one of these do not U-turn signs, right? Shout out to U-turn, what's up, bro? Boy puts on his blinker and heads back in there, and I'm like, wait a second, we just went through a tour on the interstate, what was this guy doing there? And that's when the conspiracy theories started filtering in. Did that guy set up some type of road spike or something on the road? And I don't know how road spikes work, but this was a violent explosion. And when I brought my tire to be fixed today, we almost couldn't do the show, but that's how bad we persevere and how big we want this to happen. The rim was bent. I had to go see a welder. This guy had to re-weld my rim and do all this stuff to it to get the tire on. The tire was shredded. There was fibers coming out of it. So Shenanigan Man and I decided that homeboy set us up. What do you think? I don't know. We'll find out next week on The Weekly Dose.